Yeah, baby, we're back. Unemployment, day 3. We can bring our likeness to you. Talking Jersey Shore Boys fantasy baseball. Oh, man. See, I actually got an email from YouTube yesterday, not saying that I had infringed, copyright or whatever, but saying that I had used copywritten material in my video. They said that no action was required by me at that time, but that I should periodically check back on that particular video, and that to make sure that the owner of the content, didn't exactly even identified episode 3, so I assumed that either the logo that was on my hat was recognized, or the music. Now, if I understand it correctly, I mean, radio stations, right, they pay to play the music, don't they? Or, I know sometimes, artists would pay radio stations to play music. So are radio stations allowed to play whatever they want? That's a good question. I think that they are. So maybe some of you communications majors can get back to me on this. I was a political science major. So, moving on. So with day 3 of unemployment, so maybe one of you guys can get me a job. We'll move on with the 2011 Jersey Shore Boys Fantasy Baseball preview. We are a little more than 24 hours away from Yankees-Tigers at the stadium for the official opening day. So moving right into our continuing preview. First, we do want to thank everybody and this is another league we're talking about, the Central Jersey Reds / Jimmy Klein Baseball League had our inaugural draft last night for our Dynasty format league. Very successful all around, and we're looking forward to many great seasons of Dynasty baseball. Now, back to the Jersey Shore Boys. And next on the list is actually my team, Jimmy Klein. So, let's do it. Clearly the strength of my team is our pitching staff, and that's where we'll start. I like to, look, we're almost going to call this team the 4 aces and the 6 closers, something in there in that mix, but no, we just stick with Jimmy Klein. That's what we do. And this is our pitching staff. Begins with Felix Hernandez. Only 13-12 last year, but he won the Cy Young Award. 2.27 ERA, 106 WHIP. 6 complete games, 232 strikeouts, and 249 2/3 innings. So, obviously, he's going to bring strikeouts. He's going to eat innings. He's going to keep the ERA and WHIP down. Let's hope maybe a few more wins if Seattle's good. Also, Cliff Lee. We know what Cliff Lee can do. I mean, 7 complete games. Guy was a monster in the playoffs last year. 12-9 combined record. Between the 2 teams he played with. 185 strikeouts, 212 in the 3rd innings, 3.18 ERA with a 1.00 even WHIP. So, wow, Josh Johnson, one of the other aces of the National League. 186 strikeouts, 183 and 2/3 innings, 11-6 on a mediocre Florida team. Only 1 complete game, 2.30 ERA and a 1.11 WHIP. Josh Johnson, though, obviously has the ability to go the distance. I mean, the big guys like 6'10", really just an ominous character on the mound. So we think, maybe more complete games out of Josh Johnson. Moving down to Zach Greinke. He's starting off the season on the DL. But with a bad Kansas City team last year, 11-14, 5 complete games. No, I'm looking at that wrong. 10-14, 3 complete games, 181 strikeouts and 220 innings, 4.17 ERA and 1.25 WHIP. We think Greinke's more capable of better numbers than that, even if it wasn't the American League. But now he's in the National League. Unfamiliar hitters. maybe those numbers will, kind of shrink down. Picked up Dallas Braden off the waiver wire. Nothing too exciting there. I have 6 closers. Mariano Rivera, Drew Storm, David Ardsma, Matt Thornton, John Axford, and Leo Nunez. So, obviously, it's going to be really hard to beat me in the saves category, but at this point, we're sacrificing whip, or I should say holds. Wouldn't be surprised if I make any moves to improve the holds category and, find a balance between saves and holds. If we look to the offense, I mean, I sacrificed a lot. I mean, you can listen to the names that I have and know that I was going to be giving up a lot on offense. And that's the case. I mean, the standouts on offense, maybe Adam Dunn. I mean, did it 38 homers. The guy basically hits 40 home runs every year in Chicago. Big lineup in Chicago. More of a hitter's park than Washington. So I think his numbers are going to improve. Torrey Hunter, 23 homers, 90 RBIs last year. A guy that, again, these numbers are not exactly pedestrian. You guys definitely play them down. He's not hitting enough home runs, but, between him and Hunter Pence, who had 25 home runs last year, along with 18 stolen bases, 93 runs, 91 RBIs. I mean, those numbers are decent. Jason Kubel on 92 RBIs with 21 homers. A lot of people expect big things from Mike Davis this year. So, Brandon Phillips, 18 homers, 100 runs out of second base. And you're getting that kind of production out of second base. Only 83 strikeouts last year out of Brandon Phillips and 626 at bats. So, he's got some decent numbers. And John Buck, 20 home runs, and getting out of the catcher spot, maybe more this year. So, while no numbers are going to jump out at you as far as my team, we're hoping we're going to beat you with just consistent home runs. I've got some guys on the bench. I have Carlos Beltran on the bench, and who knows what we're going to expect out of Carlos Beltran. The Japanese guy in Minnesota, I believe you pronounce it Soyoshi Nishioka. Kind of a Japanese, transfer. We'll see what we get out of him. Andres Torres, 26 stolen bases last year. Coco Crisp, 32 stolen bases last year. And Sean Rodriguez, kind of just a guy I picked up because he's both second base and outfield eligibility. So, yeah, nothing's going to jump out in your offense, but obviously we're going to pound on you in pitching. And obviously, in my opinion, I drafted a team that's good enough, whereas obviously the pitching's going to dominate. And I think the offense is make a couple of moves, hopefully get some more speed in here, because it's really just my bench that has speed right now. Maybe we can, eke it out with stolen bases and some runs. So, and hopefully keep our strikeouts down. So that's your Jimmy Klein preview. Next on the list is, I believe, the Justin Credibles, and we'll be back with you shortly with the Justin Credibles. So once again, thanks for listening, and we will be back again